Welcome to the Novi Knows podcast, the podcast built for Novi users, with our builders sharing best practices to help you sell more homes and provide an industry-leading buyer experience. All right, everyone, we're back with another Novi Knows podcast. Today, our guests are the one and only Liz Bowen from NoviHome and Alicia Wilson with Level Homes based out of Louisiana. And let's just get this out of the way. You both are in snow right now, right?
Well, most of it is melted, but we've had about 3 to 4 days of snow and ice on the ground.
And
Yeah.
Liz?
We had some a week ago, and it's just, I think for both of us being from the South, this is like the coolest thing ever.
And
It's
we're
like-
not prepared.
and we're not prepared at all.
You know, we had this on the schedule to record a couple days ago, and Alicia texted and was like, listen, we got snow. Everything's crazy. No one knows how to drive in this. Well, I'm super jealous. Our headquarters are in southern Utah, and we have zero snow this year. I live 45 minutes away. Well, actually, like 35 minutes away from a ski resort, and I think they've got like 14 inches, which for a ski resort is
Not much.
no. I mean, last year they had 6-7 feet, right? So listen, send the snow our way. We're used to it. We like it.
I think the highest we reported was 8 inches.
Yeah, and that's like a lot to us.
Yes.
The
That's so-
snowmen in Louisiana were really good too. Like professional snowmen.
I haven't seen any. You'll have to send me some
We'll
pictures.
We'll have to send you some photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So Alicia, you're with Level Homes. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the industry, what you do for Level. It's kind of a little background.
Yeah, I've been with Level for 13 years, kind of their guinea pig as a sales agent versus just regular real estate agents coming in and selling. So we've created the models homes where we now have, I want to say 15 different sales agents, where we started with 2. So we've really grown as a company, local builder here in the Baton Rouge area. And I'm a tech girl. I love introducing all the new stuff and how we can use it to not only help ourselves, but help the buyers and really, engage a little bit more with the process of them selecting the homes and, have the fun side of it. So it's been really helpful.
Right on. So 13 years with Level. Is that 13 years in the industry also?
Yes, that was my breaking ground. I was actually in the cardiology field for about 5 years before this.
Okay, super cool. And you worked with Liz? You know Liz from her
I
time
sure
at
did.
Level? Oh, that's
Yes,
cool.
sir.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Well, listen, we wanted you on. We've kind of hyped you up in some of our other podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Well, Level has taken, we launched a feature last year that we call listings, and Level has taken that feature and kind of taken it to the next level. And it's fun in technology. Liz and Haley hear me talk about this quite often, but you'll create some technology, and then your users, in this case our builders, will start to use it, and they start using it in ways we didn't even think about, right?
Expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's super cool because then that pushes us to be like, okay, we got to be better. We got to understand what they're doing and even refine this technology even more. So it's pretty cool. So with listings, let's jump into that. With listings, tell us about some of the things that you're doing with listings with your buyers.
So I'm creating, and I still haven't gone through my complete lineup because I do work in 2 different communities, but I'm starting just like a generic floor plan for the community. So even though it's not like an actual listing, clients can come on. I load different photos of previous models that we've had, so they can start looking into that. They start loving them. So we kind of know, okay, they're like in this floor plan, even though they came in and they're like, oh no, we want this. So you start seeing trends and like, okay, maybe we need to pivot. They're looking for something a little larger than they initially came in for, or maybe they like the features of this one better. So it's been able to give us some inside scoop on what they're looking at, not just what they're telling us.
Yeah, so listeners that are out there that don't fully understand what listings is, it's essentially your own. Liz, how do you explain it in demos?
I say that it's a sales efficiency tool. So if somebody walks into your model home and you show them, so we pull all your quick move-ins into the app. And if somebody walks into your model home, I always use the name Joe. And we view 3 homes in Belsavon. You would then recommend those 3 homes to Joe. So what happens is he gets directly pinged with a push notification. And you can ping multiple people at once. So instead of peppering text and clunky emails to 20 clients or 20 prospective buyers at once, you can send one branded push notification when there is a milestone update if you had a photo or a video. So it's great for brand awareness and it's great for the sales team.
Yeah, and I've actually been using that, like when we get power on a new available home or something like that, I'm able to push that out through the listing, not an individual as the buyers. And
Yeah.
you'd be surprised at how many of them within the next couple of hours pop on and start viewing again, even though they might have been inactive, waiting on these homes to finish. So it's kind of nice to see in real time that they're actually coming on and viewing what we're sending out.
Right. I always tell prospective builder clients that these branded push notifications have a much better open rate than the mass text and the mass emails.
I will agree with that.
So tell us, Alicia, tell us about, because Haley pulled it up in a demo I was on with her, and I don't know what you've titled it, but it's maybe the pool house or the pool or something with the pool, but you are literally documenting the build out of the community pool.
Now, somehow I did get tagged in that, and I cannot take credit.
Oh, you can't take
that
credit.
Was actually one of our partners, Bonnie. She did that. So she's in a new community. The pool is coming along. It's under construction. And last time I looked, she had at least 40 followers on there. So that was nice to keep even the existing, people under contract excited, but other people who might not be ready to buy now, they're like, oh, this might be ready for summertime. Maybe we want to start looking again.
So, we went back and forth on what to name this, and we landed on listings because it was how would I explain it? The best worst name of the feature. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Haley really wanted us to get somewhere else with the name because she anticipated that community features would start to pop up within the listings. And it's not really a listing. However, you can still have a lot of followers that are following. In this case, you guys have the pool house, or Bonnie has the pool house. And what was cool when I logged on and looked at it is it showed a video of them breaking ground, and then all of a sudden they had some structure and foundation. And I thought, man, if I was a buyer that was thinking about this community and I'm watching this pool house being built, and I'm also looking at another listing, a home that's being built, that's pretty cool, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
What's some of the feedback you're getting from buyers?
I'm getting really good feedback, and sometimes, well, say I have like 5 different houses that we have open for open house. Well, I can't be at all 5 of them. I can be at pick one or at the model home and just hope that they come and find me down here. And then some people get a little intimidated coming into the model home. They want to do their research, online before they actually come and talk to somebody. So I've actually caught a few people out in the street. They're like, oh no, we don't have time, but I just wanted some information. I'm like, I tell you what, we just got this brand new app. Let me sign you in, do it right there in front of them. And they immediately pull off within the next 10 minutes. Once they get to, wherever they're stopping at, they've downloaded the app. So somebody that I might not have necessarily connected with, I now have that opportunity, just they're like, oh, what's another app? So it's a little less intimidating than walking into the model home and feeling like we're selling you a house when you're not ready to talk.
Yeah.
So that's been nice.
On that note, Alicia, a common objection I get with potential builder clients is nobody's going to want to download an app, or how do you get people to download an app? So can you kind of describe your best practices to get people to actually, what do you say that persuades them to make sure that they actually download it?
I started sending the link to them as well. So I send our normal, thank you so much for visiting email. You should have also received a text message and email via NoviHome's app to download it. It's going to keep you up to date with all of our, listings, new floor plans that become available, lots that go under contract. just so you can kind of see what's going on with the market in the area. And if you're interested in any of our other communities, because we have several in the same area, you also have access to those as well. And I haven't gotten much pushback for downloading. So I'd say we're pretty successful in getting them to download it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I remember when Haley had to do like practice demos when she first started at Novi, and I was at Level and I was thinking, oh my gosh, why don't we have this? We need to streamline our communication. So can you kind of touch on how implementing Novi for the team has better streamlined communication with you, with the clients build team?
I think especially the clients that are under contract with like pre-sold homes, they're getting a lot more progress photos, where before we had like 5 different milestones where we send it in an email. A lot of times those photos are too large and it goes to their junk mail. So they might be missing them. Here, I mean, once a week at least, unless I know there's something fun, like the backsplash got installed, or, I'll just go around to different areas of the home, either video it, send them some different angles. That's where we do all our communication. I'm like, great, we now have the cabinets. I can give you our estimated close date is this. So it's all there. They can come back and ask questions. If they're having any questions about the actual build themselves, they send it through there. And then we just filter it out through the construction. We haven't been able to get construction on board just yet, but hopefully I would hope in the near future, they would like to join in and be able to be part of the progress and the questions that the clients ask.
Yeah. So more consistent updates. That's awesome. And I use you as an example all the time in my demos. Like I'll pull up the back end, and you do such a good job of keeping the clients up to date. Like I saw you're saying Merry Christmas to people.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know that. That's so
nice
you're just using the chat and saying, hey, Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh, look, we got cabinets installed. Next up is this, this, and this, or wherever we're at in the progress. And then Merry Christmas. I didn't do the snow because everybody was snowed in, but I believe I did it for Thanksgiving and all those sorts of things. Just another personal contact. And they see our face there because you load your photo. And I feel like it just makes it a more personal touch.
Yeah. Is it nice that it all gets pushed into Lasso, like when they walk in the door?
So we're not on my side, we're not doing double the work. Like, oh, I did this here, so now I need to go type it in, make sure I didn't miss it. So streamline all in one has been very nice for that as well.
Yeah. I know. I wish we would have had it when I was there, but
I know. But it's been helpful because y'all understand the backside like we do. Yeah. So I feel like if we have a question or we're like, hey, could we maybe do something with this? Y'all have been great to like go and, hey, maybe you tried this. It might be the same output that you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had maybe an aha moment, but when we hired Haley and she came over, she had left Level, was doing some other stuff, but she came over with that background in Lasso. And there was a few, like, it was a pretty good integration, but Haley was able to say, like, wait, from the sales side, I need this, this, and this. And it really allowed us to refine that integration and kind of take it next level. So
Haley was definitely a Lasso master.
Yeah.
She was in there. She knew how to do things. If she didn't, she wasn't afraid to find it either. So
yeah. Absolutely. So what's your buyer feedback? People that are getting on the app, they're engaging, they're receiving the updates, you're telling them Merry Christmas. I mean, when you talk to them, because you've been there 13 years, right? So you went probably from minimal communication to
logging everything in a little notebook.
I remember that.
I was going to say an Excel sheet, maybe, right?
But she used that notebook. You're faithful to that notebook.
I still use the notebook, but just the technology that has come along the way has really helped. I would say keep everything organized. So yeah, we're really excited about the Novi app.
What are your buyers saying as you've seen kind of the progression over a decade of sales and sales with Level, right? Like it went notebook, maybe email, then all of a sudden you were doing some text messaging to all of a sudden you're just pushing everything through the app. They're getting it real time. You're getting updates. They're getting updates. Like what's some of the feedback you've heard?
For instance, I have one client that's actually doing their design appointment this morning, and she was very interested in certain colors of granite. She's like, where can I see this or how? I was like, hey, get on the listings, go start flipping through. You can see all the photos. And if when she told me, I forget the exact color, but it was one of our level 2s that's newer for us. So we haven't used it a lot. I was like, you know what? I just took some progress photos on this particular house. Go in there, check out all the photos. And if it's something you want to see in person, we can set that up. So that was really helpful for her to kind of narrow down some of her selections before the actual design. Now I did, now that I mentioned that, so Miss Bonnie did the pool. I did one of the design center. So I loaded up some photos. Now it's not every single, so I mean, you can see them, but just to kind of, oh, look, this is kind of the wall of tiles that you can do, the granite selections, some of the lights are hanging. So they can really start viewing that and get excited about the process as well.
Now, if I remember that correctly, you almost do like a walkthrough video.
I might have done a video. I'll have to go back and look.
Haley or Liz, I don't know. I thought I saw something, and maybe I'm mixing up clients, but I remember seeing a walkthrough video that's added to the design center, so buyers know, hey, when I go into the design
and if I
center,
didn't, I will have to go and add that.
That's right. I just gave you a great idea.
What's been on my mind before this is that huge binder that we always had. And we had one builder client who spent like 40 grand in paper print materials. And then once they implemented Novi, now they spend like 9,500. So has your print cost or your print usage, I remember printing out floor plans at level to give to the prospective buyers. Talk about that a little bit.
So I still keep in our binder, like all the floor plans. I only print like 10 of each, just because some people like to leave with paper in their hand. And I understand that everybody's a little different on their personalities. But what funny, we just did like our 2025 goals and like what we're looking for marketing to help us and
Less paper
sort of thing. And that was one of my suggestions was, let's get rid of the flyer boxes. We now have the code, the QR code. So we have it on the door, and I have gotten a few. It took us a little bit to realize, oh, wait, this is where this is coming from. So I want to say I've gotten 3 or 4 from the doors themselves, but I want to really ramp that up and either do sign writers that's a little bit larger. They can just scan it, and then it eliminates the flyers because now it's right there on their phone. So that I am working on that.
Just so everyone out there knows what Alicia's talking about is we can create a QR code that is attached to the individual agent or the sales rep. And then you can take those QR codes, and you said you've got it on the door. Mm-hmm. So if you're not there or you're showing another home, or it's, in Utah, nobody works on Sunday. So all the communities are basically just unmanned. The buyer can still scan that QR code.
Access the information.
Download the app, but then it goes to you as a
But then we still get their information. So it's kind of a win-win for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It might have been, it was either last weekend or the weekend before. I was on my computer doing my lasso work, and I noticed I had, they come in as in ratings. They're just not rated yet. And I was like, So I clicked on it, immediately threw up a text. I don't call first because I'm like, ooh, they're trying to not talk to me. So I just shot a text. Hey, introduce myself. Thanks for registering. Let me know if I can help you. Turns out he was at one of the houses. Like he had just signed up. Oh. So I was like, oh, well, I'm actually here at the model home. Feel free to come step in, or I can join you if you like. He's like, no, we actually want to see that one. So then he walked in. So I might not have caught him had he not downloaded that app, and I responded quickly to it. No, so that was cool. A nice one.
Yeah.
I love hearing these stories. This is what I'm so excited about this podcast. I mean, honestly, the intro to the podcast is for our builders, by our builders, and it's just sharing ideas and strategies. And our hope is that, we're not trying to build this giant podcast database. We're just like sharing ideas with our builders so that, maybe somebody is sitting in Idaho right now and they're like, wait, what a minute. What are they doing in Louisiana?
Wait, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. What? I need to be doing that, right? So, hey, Liz, do you have any other questions?
No, just any final thoughts of how Novi has been so beneficial for you. And honestly, I am curious about how Monday morning meetings are, because we would pull those Lasso reports and see who's using Lasso.
So we still had to do those.
You guys do that with log. Does Jen make sure you guys are using Novi? How does it work with management?
I don't know if they've necessarily got into like tracking the phone calls and stuff. Like we did with the Lasso, but I'm sure as we start using that a little bit more, that will come into play where they can, pull up the reports and things like that.
Yeah. The thing with the Level Homes team is they're just naturally good at using the tools that they have. So Jen probably trusts you that you're using it. And you are. So
Right on. Well, Alicia, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you jumping on. I love what you guys have done with the design center. Tell Bonnie, great job with the pool house. And tell all the Level Home team that we appreciate y'all and we love having you as clients and love to see what y'all are doing with the technology and how you're kind of tweaking it and making it work for you.
Well, thanks. We certainly appreciate all the hard work that y'all are putting into it, and we look forward to seeing how it takes us even further in 2025.
There's some cool stuff on the horizon. Actually,
I
like
hear.
very quickly, you're going to see a new feature come out based on incentives, like purchasing incentives. So
Okay.
keep your eyes out for that one. And it goes into listings. So it'll be cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you. And we'll catch everybody on the next podcast here in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank y'all
Stay
for having me.